Hello everyone, welcome back to the Atreyu channel. So in today's video, I am going to be calculating how much money I have saved over 5 years and 5 months by maintaining my own hair, doing my own retwists. Let's get to it. Atreyu is back, yeah. Atreyu is back, yeah. Atreyu is back, yeah. Atreyu. Alright, so as I said in today's video, I'm going to be crunching some numbers, trying to find out how much money I have saved over these 5 years and 5 months by doing my own retwists and by having my mom do my starter locks. But before we get into this video, I'm going to ask you to pause and hit the like button if you actually like this topic. Hitting the like button lets me know that you are enjoying the content, so please do me a solid and hit that like button. Alright, let's get to today's topic. So what I ended up doing was going through all my videos and I counted how many times I retwisted each year. Here are the results. In year 0, that's when I got my starter lots through 11 months. That's what I count as year 0 because I'm not at 1 year yet. So year 0, I ended up retwisting 11 times. Year 1, so that will start from my 1 year lock anniversary through 1 year and 11 months, I retwisted 8 times. Year 2, 7 times. Year 3, 5 times. Year 4, 1 time. And so far this year, year 5, 1 time. It's not quite yet my 5x6. So I've only retwisted once, which was back in August. All right, so when you add all of these retwists up, you get a total of 33 retwists. I have retwisted my own locks 33 times over 5.5 years. Now technically it should be 34, but that 34th one, or I guess more accurately, the first one was when I got my starter locks, which I didn't count. Because people charge different prices for doing starter locks versus retwists. So I actually retwisted my own locks 33 times, and my mom, she started my starter locks that very first time, which makes a total of 34. So let's crunch some numbers. Alright, so I was looking online trying to find what people typically charge for retwists, because I don't know. I retwist my own hair, right? And I see that a lot of people will charge $50 to $100 an hour. And then other people, you know, it depends on like the length of your hair, the texture of the hair, but I want to keep it pretty simple for the purposes of this video. So I'm going to be using $50 as a conservative amount, and then I'm going to be using $100 as a non-conservative amount. You know, for the people that got it like that, or for the people who have no other choice because no one in their area really does locks, and so that one person who does, or those 2 people who do, right, they charge $100. I'm going to be calculating conservatively and then non-conservatively. So if we take the 33 times that I've retwisted my locks and multiply that times 50, you get $1,650. And then a conservative price to start a set of locks I read was $85. Add $85 on there, so in these 5 years and 5 months I have saved $1,735. All right, that's the conservative side. So now let's say I live somewhere and all the prices around are the most expensive. So I'm going to multiply the 33 times 100. Remember, that's the more expensive price for a retwist. That's already $3,300. $3,300 plus, and instead of $85 to start my starter locks, it's $200 now. So that takes me to $3,500. Isn't that crazy? I've saved that much money by just doing my own locks. So I understand that not everyone retwists the way I do, meaning not everyone retwists with the same frequency. Some people retwist more than I do, like every month. Some people retwist way more than I do, like every 2 weeks. So let's calculate the savings for each of those categories of people. So for someone who retwists every single month, that means they retwist 12 times per year. If I multiply 12 times 5, that's 60. That's 60 times. If I was someone that retwisted every month, that's 60 times that I have retwisted over the 5 years. And then let's add 5 more months, so plus 5. So that means I would have retwisted my Locs 65 times over these 5 years and 5 months. But remember, we got to cut out that first month because that was the starter lock. So technically, let's take that 65 down to a 64. So I got my starter Locs and then I retwisted 64 times. Now, 64 times for the conservative calculation, $50. So that's $3,200, $3,200, okay? Plus, at the very beginning, those $85 to start my starter Locs. And that takes me to $3,285. So if I was someone who retwisted once a month, religiously, over these 5 years and 5 months, I would have saved $3,285. Now, let's look at the non-conservative person. 64 times, remember, it's $100 for a retwist. That's $6,400. And guess what? The cost to start those starter Locs isn't $85 anymore, it's $200. So add up $200 onto that, that's $6,600. So, if I was this person, over these 5 years and 5 months, I would have saved $6,600. And this is all just to maintain my Locs. Crazy! This isn't even like getting styles or anything, right? This is just like the basics, like retwists, okay? All right, the last category that I'm gonna do is for the people who retwist every 2 weeks. And believe it or not, there are people that retwist that often. The people that retwist every 2 weeks, that means they roughly retwist 24 times a year, right? Because it's 12 months, twice a month, that's 24. So let's multiply that 24 times 5 for 5 years. So that's 120 times that this person retwists, plus don't forget the 5 months. But in each of those 5 months, they retwist twice, so 10, right? So 120 plus 10 more retwists that they do over these 5 months. And that means that this person has retwisted 130 times. It's like mind-blowing, right? No wonder you don't want to maintain your own hair. I wouldn't either if I retwisted that often. Whew, that ain't for the faint of heart, I tell you. Anyway, okay, so 130 times over 5 years and 5 months. Once again, we got to subtract that first month because that's when we got the starter Locs. And that typically will cost a different price. So, calculating conservatively, we will make that 130 into a 129, and then we're going to multiply that times $50, the cost of the retwist. That takes us to $6,450, okay? Now we're going to add the $85 for that starter set at the beginning of our journey. And that takes us to $6,535. So if I were this person, over these 5 years and 5 months, I would have spent $6,535 just to maintain my hair. And that's the conservative calculation. Let's look at the non-conservative calculation. I'm scared, brother, scared. All right, so we'll take that 129 again, and we'll multiply that times the more expensive price for a retwist, which is $100. That takes us to $12,900. So 12 grand, almost 13 grand, $12,900. All right, but we got to add that starter set in there, and that, remember, is $200. So that takes us to $13,100. Crazy. But guess what? I'm someone who maintains my own hair, which means none of these scenarios matter. That's the amazing thing about being able to maintain your own hair, or having someone who can do your hair for you, right? You save so much. So for me, it doesn't really matter, because regardless of how often I retwist it, I still spend $0. Yes, I invest time into it, but it's worth it. So I really just wanted to give you guys an idea of how much you could be saving if you maintain your own locks. And I don't know, maybe you need a little push, a little incentive. Maybe you've never calculated how much you could be saving if you actually took the time to learn how to maintain your own hair. And I understand that, not everybody has the time, and some people's pockets are hella deep. And if that's the case, then this is a non-issue for you, right? But this just kind of puts things into perspective. And instead of spending this money on starter locks and retwists, you could be putting it in savings and collecting interest, just a thought. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I want to know from you guys, do you maintain your own locks? And how often do you retwist? Do you retwist more like I do? Has it kind of decreased over the years? I mean, I went from 11 to 8 to 7 to 5 to 1 and now still 1. Has that happened with you? Or are you someone who retwists religiously once a month? Or even twice a month? Let me know in the comment section. If you're new to this channel and have enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the like button, you guys. As always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. Atreyu is out.